Motivation can often feel like an unpredictable force, waxing and waning over time. It drives us to start new projects, set ambitious goals, and commit to self-improvement. However, inevitably, motivation dips, sometimes at the worst possible moment, leaving us feeling stuck, discouraged, and tempted to give up. While it's easy to stay committed when motivation is high, the true challenge comes when it fades. What do we do in those moments when our enthusiasm runs dry and the finish line feels out of reach? The truth is, motivation is fleeting. It's natural for it to come and go, and you can't rely on it alone to keep you moving forward. Instead of giving up or waiting for inspiration to strike again, here are a few key strategies to help you push through the slumps, stay consistent, and reignite your drive when it fades. 1. Reconnect with your why when motivation fades. One of the most effective ways to reignite it is by reconnecting with your original purpose, the deeper reason behind your goals. Ask yourself, why did you start this journey in the first place? What was your initial inspiration? Whether your goal is to improve your health, advance your career, or achieve personal growth, there's always a core reason that fuels your desire to succeed. Reflect on the outcomes you're striving for and the long-term benefits. Sometimes, motivation dips because we lose sight of the bigger picture. Journaling about your why or visualizing the results of your hard work can help you realign your actions with your purpose. By focusing on the end goal and the impact it will have on your life, you can find renewed energy to push through the moments of doubt. 2. Break it down into smaller tasks. One common reason motivation fades is feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of a task. When the goal seems too big, it's easy to procrastinate or lose enthusiasm. Instead of focusing on the whole picture, break your goal down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Each time you complete a smaller step, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, which can boost your momentum and motivation. For example, if your goal is to write a book, rather than focusing on the daunting task of completing an entire manuscript, break it down into daily or weekly writing goals. Even 500 words a day will eventually lead to the completion of your project. By making small, consistent progress, you'll feel less overwhelmed and more motivated to continue. 3. Create a routine. Motivation may be unreliable, but habits are not. When motivation fades, it's your routine that will keep you going. Developing consistent habits helps automate your actions so that you don't have to rely solely on motivation to get things done. Whether it's working out at the same time every morning, setting a dedicated hour for focused work, or establishing a wind-down routine before bed, routines can help anchor you. By building a structure around your tasks, you'll create a sense of discipline that kicks in even when motivation is lacking. Over time, these habits will become second nature, making it easier to stay productive and on track, regardless of how motivated you feel. 4. Acknowledge and accept your feelings. It's important to remember that feeling unmotivated is normal, and it's okay to acknowledge it. Denying or suppressing your feelings of frustration or fatigue will only make them worse. Instead of being hard on yourself for losing motivation, accept that this dip is part of the process. Acknowledge that you're feeling off track, but remind yourself that it's temporary. Sometimes, all you need is a short break or a change of perspective. Allow yourself to take a mental reset, go for a walk, meditate, or engage in a relaxing activity that brings you joy. Accepting your feelings allows you to release the pressure and come back to your goals with renewed focus and clarity. 5. Set new challenges or adjust your approach when you're no longer excited about a project. It may be a sign that you need to introduce new challenges or change your approach. Sometimes, the same repetitive routine can drain your enthusiasm. To combat this, try setting new, exciting goals within your existing plan. This can provide a fresh challenge and inspire new motivation. For example, if you've been working on improving your fitness but find that your routine has become monotonous, consider switching things up. Try a new workout, set a personal record to beat, or join a group class. Adding variety or setting new goals can reignite your passion and help you stay engaged. 6. Surround yourself with supportive people. Motivation often fades when we feel isolated or unsupported. Surrounding yourself with a positive, supportive environment can make all the difference. Whether it's friends, family, or a community of like-minded individuals, having people who encourage you, celebrate your wins, and hold you accountable can help keep you on track. Find people who understand your goals and can offer advice, feedback, or simply a listening ear when motivation runs low. Having a support system can reignite your drive when you're struggling and remind you that you're not in it alone. 7. Celebrate small wins. It's easy to get discouraged when you're solely focused on the end goal, especially when it seems far away. However, progress is progress, no matter how small. Celebrate the small victories along the way, whether it's completing a task, hitting a milestone, or overcoming a challenge. Rewarding yourself for the small wins can boost your morale and give you a sense of accomplishment. These positive reinforcements keep the momentum going, making it easier to stay motivated as you continue working toward your ultimate goal. 8. Focus on consistency, not perfection. One of the most common reasons people lose motivation is the pressure to be perfect. When we set unrealistic expectations or try to achieve flawless results, any minor setback can feel like failure, leading to a dip in motivation. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on consistency. Understand that setbacks are part of the journey and that what matters most is showing up, even on tough days. Progress is rarely linear, and everyone experiences ups and downs. By focusing on steady, consistent effort, you'll find that you can achieve your goals without getting discouraged by temporary setbacks or the need for perfection. 9. Visualize the finish line. Visualization is a powerful tool for rekindling motivation. When you feel like giving up, take a moment to close your eyes and imagine yourself at the finish line. Picture the success you'll feel once you've achieved your goal. Visualizing the positive outcomes can reignite your desire to keep pushing forward. Seeing yourself succeed, even in your mind, reminds you that your hard work will pay off. This mental exercise can give you the boost of energy you need to keep going, even when motivation feels out of reach. Conclusion: embracing the process. Motivation will inevitably fade at some point in any journey. But by embracing the process, creating a routine, and taking small, manageable steps, you can push through those moments of low energy and keep moving forward. Remember that motivation is not a constant, and it's okay to experience dips along the way. What matters most is your ability to persevere, adapt, and stay consistent, even when the initial spark of excitement fades. The key to long-term success is learning how to keep going when motivation is low. By reconnecting with your purpose, adjusting your approach, and building habits that support your goals, you'll be able to stay on track and achieve what you set out to do, no matter how many times your motivation ebbs and flows. When motivation fades, it can feel as though you've hit a wall that's impossible to climb. But fading motivation is not a sign of failure, it's a natural part of any journey. Understanding that motivation ebbs and flows allows you to develop resilience and a sustainable approach to achieving your goals. The real challenge lies not in the initial burst of inspiration but in your ability to persevere when that inspiration fades. The strategies we've explored, reconnecting with your why, breaking tasks into manageable steps, creating a routine, acknowledging your feelings, and seeking support, are all essential tools to push through moments of doubt. By incorporating these practices, you create a safety net for yourself, ensuring that even when motivation wanes, your progress continues. It's also important to remember that small, consistent actions lead to long-term success. You don't need to rely on motivation to make meaningful strides forward. Developing healthy habits, focusing on progress rather than perfection, and celebrating small wins will carry you through the low points and keep you moving toward your ultimate goal. Each challenge you face when motivation fades is an opportunity for growth. It's during these moments that you build mental toughness, discipline, and a greater understanding of your own resilience. By pushing through these difficult phases, you reinforce your commitment to yourself and your vision. So, when motivation wanes, and it will, don't see it as a dead end. Instead, view it as a signal to reassess, realign, and adapt your approach. Your ability to stay the course during these times is what sets you apart and paves the way for long-term success. Keep showing up for yourself, even on the hard days. The journey may not always be easy, but it's in these moments that your growth truly